so the next software I'm going to go over is called Dialed in Motion. I'm going over the Dialed in Motion shoe fitting software, but there's also a bike fitting software as well. So you would just want to go to the Tarn Group website and check out the bike fitting software if that is something that you're doing in your clinic often. Now, the reason I wanted to show this one is because we do have orthotic clinics that do some shoe fittings. So especially if you are seeing some runners and you're doing some foot orthoses with running shoes. The great thing about this software is that you can compare up to 4 interventions very quickly. So I want to first start off with, again, this is not a software that was made specifically for orthotics and prosthetics, but there might be some features in here that apply to your clinic and that you would find very useful. So um, it does organize the database by client. So that is one thing that is helpful because when we are seeing patients, we want to have everything organized. So it will help you to organize those files. Again, that main feature is that you have 4 interventions that you can compare very quickly. One of the drawbacks, though, is that you will not be able to import videos from somewhere else. So this software is meant to be a quick, easy way to conduct video analysis right there on the spot, which means that you do need to have at least one camera streaming into your computer. And that is why today I'm going to do a quick overview of how the software is laid out and how you can utilize it. But then I will show a video of myself conducting an analysis in a different way because this computer here is not actually powerful enough to really use the software to its full capability because it's a laptop. It doesn't have the processing power. So you do have to have a little bit more of a robust computer to be using the streaming type of technology that this software was really meant to be used with. Okay, so if you are, in your clinic and you have a patient that you're going to be fitting some foot orthoses with, maybe even trying some different shoes to see which one is best for them, you can either go into anonymous, where it means they might not come back to your clinic ever again, and you just want to hurry up and do the report for them and show them the differences and make a good clinical observation so that you can then make a recommendation. Or you're going to use the customer database, which never hurts to keep a customer database because even if you don't see them for a long period of time, then at least you have it for the future. So you've got your consultant here, so that would be, again, all of your practitioners named here. So let's go through and let's find a past one that we can use. So we will search for a customer. So we've got anonymous and anonymous. Let's see what happens if we click anonymous. Again, so if we had last names in here, so you can see here that it does keep track of previous visits. So if we click on that, we can see the previous reports. So let's go to the other person and look at the previous reports. Okay. So here is a previous report, which is obviously not anything important, but it does show you those reports quickly and easily. So just to show you a little bit about how, the software of Dialed in Motion does show a little bit more of the patient database application that prosthetics and orthotics might be, better suited for. Okay, so if we add a customer, then we'll just go ahead and put in their last name and their first name, and you can do their email address because then you can email them the report. So we've got our patient in there. Again, this is tailored towards more of a shoe fitting software, so it's going to ask, what surface the person runs on often. Let's just say street. Distance that they walk or run a week, and let's say 10 miles. Shoe size, so we'll put in the shoe size. Orthotic notes, so if this was me, then we would be saying that the patient has been wearing foot orthotics for 2.5 years, same pair, and that the right has a Met pad. All right. So now we have a little bit of a brief history about this patient and their shoes. We can write some injury notes. So piriformis on the left is hurting. And now we can add that customer, and we'll go to the capture phase. The software automatically advances us to the next ability to capture the next video. So this is where we would have the client change the shoes, and we'll just sit and wait for them to do that. And then whenever they're ready, we can then click capture again and collect another bit of video for our comparison. We can collect up to 4 types of video, or we can advance whenever we're ready. So if we only want to compare 2 different interventions, we can actually just click continue from there. Now, once we are happy with the video that we collected, we're going to go to the Analyze screen. So again, we can either pick 2 videos or we can do 4. In this example, I've only collected 2 videos, and I'm going to advance to the Analyze screen. So in the Analyze screen, I have a few of the video analysis tools, mostly things like the angle measurement. I can draw a circle. I can also point to things. I'm not going to go through all of the tools in Dialed in Motion, but what I really want to show you is how quickly and easily you can make a report that is very visual for the client or for another healthcare practitioner. So I will go ahead and advance the video and you can see in the lower right, I'm using video A right now, and I'm just advancing the video, and the software does have the template loaded already, so I'm going to collect foot contact, mid stance, and toe off on the left and the right for each intervention. So in this example, I'm going to draw angle measurements from the tibia to the calcaneal angle level, and I'm going to take those for each foot contact, mid stance, and toe off for each intervention on the left and the right. So I do like this part of the software, how it puts one video analysis screen, and then you've got your left, and then you've got your right. So it's really helpful to quickly and easily make those comparisons. The other thing that's kind of nifty about this tool is that I don't have to deselect or remove the drawings after I've made them. Once I go and play the video again, the software actually removes the previous drawings. So it is really meant to be a very fast-paced type of comparison analysis for you to use. So we'll go ahead and watch the rest of this demo where I am adding comparisons and observations for each, the left and the right, with no shoes and with shoes, and I'm making quick angle adjustments, and then I will proceed. So once I have proceeded through all of my angle measurements and I've collected all of my videos, I'm going to go to the compare screen. So I'm just going to drop shoe A and shoe B, and then I can actually look at the 2 different captures that I've made for foot contact, mid stance, and toe off for each, the left and the right, for each of these interventions. And then I can add the notes. So I'm going to add my observations, any type of note that I might want to make about each of them. As you see, I also have a dual video tab there, so I can actually go again and look at the videos, compare them side by side as well. And then once I've done all of that, I'm going to click report. I have a brief overview of all of the different interventions. I can even click which purchased item they made, and I can then view the report. So viewing the report is just going to quickly make a PDF format of the report, put all of my images there, all of my observations, and again, that's something that we can quickly and easily send off in an email or attach to an electronic medical record. So when we're done, we'll go to the finish phase, and we get back to the welcome screen. So You do have the ability to do reports and things like that. One other cool feature that I would like to mention really quickly here, which I maybe should have mentioned earlier, is that in your administration tools here, you can import a report logo. So you can put your clinic's report or logo on the reports that get conducted with this system. So it doesn't have to have the dialed in motion name on it. It can have your clinic's logo on it. So that's one of the cool features. So again, tidying up and reviewing what those key features of dialed in motion are is that you can conduct up to 4 interventions and compare them pretty quickly and easily. You do have the ability to have a patient database, so you have a client database to keep track of previous reports that you've conducted. There is no importing of video feature, so you do have to have it connected to a computer, a camera at all times. So that is one drawback of it, but you do have the ability to add your own logo and add that to your report. So as I said earlier in this webinar, if you do want to see a side-by-side comparison of the reports that you can conduct on P&O Data Live, which is our mobile and browser version of our video analysis software, you can see that versus the report that you would have to do with Pro 8, which is in a Word document, but still very nice and easy way to conduct a video analysis. And then also dialed in motion, which is done here, which I was just showing, and also clinical movement data. So there's 4 different softwares that might be applicable to your clinic. And if you have any questions or if you want to see those reports, make sure you send me an email at cara@pnodata.com. But also check out the different versions of the webinars that will show you those different softwares to see what one might be better for your clinic. And if you have any questions, always feel free to contact me.